Hey, this is David Huse with Theater Advice. Our channel is Home Theater Advice. I wanted to do a video before we started doing a series of AV videos on just kind of who I am, who my company is, and why you should, listen to us at all. I think that there's a lot of YouTube content out there from what I've seen. Not to speak bad about it, it's just I watch it and I have no idea why that individual is giving their opinion or where their opinion's coming from, whether it's just a client opinion or it's a, just kind of a layman that's, that put enough content out there to get followers. So I kind of wanted to go over that stuff with you and kind of explain who I am. Also in the comments section, if you could, of course, like and subscribe, but in the comments section, the ones that I will be engaging with or reading is, I'm always looking for different content. I've got a list of things we're going to cover throughout the entirety of my channel. However, I would love, for ideas if you guys are out there going, hey, I want to know more about this or know more about that. My approach on this is going to be very, very different. I don't know if it's going to be refreshing, but it's going to be different. I'm going to speak for the first time in public as I would with a client in my showroom. You can see I'm in my actual showroom right now. I started out in AV at Circuit City in about 1999 to 2000, selling audio and speakers, Polk audio, TVs, big screens and stuff like that back in the day. And I just had a huge passion for this type of stuff even when I was a kid. And so, it was a very natural transition for me to own this business. But throughout my career, I then went to a company called Tweeter that since went out of business. I was the number 1 or 2 salesperson in the nation, depending on the month. And the other guy lives in Scottsdale, and I'll give him a shout out at some point probably. But we were always battling back and forth, and we at Tweeter had a passion for this stuff, and their training was second to none. And that's actually why how I kind of that was a catalyst for me becoming, who I am in the industry is just a passion for learning and a passion for truth and things like that. And that's the approach we take in our showroom, is that when people come in, we go over budgets, we go over all sorts of things before we even show people stuff. We don't want to make them fall in love with products that, aren't really within their budget, or they wouldn't even understand why it costs that much money and that sort of thing. So people have a very refreshing take, and I'm trying to reach a national audience or even an international audience in this case, and just kind of educate and impart my knowledge and my opinions on not just products, but series of products and packages and best home theaters under 10 grand and things like that. So I hope that happens. And again, we're not doing edits. You're just going to hear me talk. You're going to, I might curse later in the series. If we do it in the afternoon, I might have a cocktail in my hand. I don't really know, but we won't be doing edits. Everything's going to be straight up truth, no BS version of audio video. And I always want people to be able to come back to this video to see, hey, who is this guy and why does he deserve to have this opinion, etc. I started this company in 2007. I did not know that at that time I was in the hottest category of any business. Audio video is the most saturated category in any city of businesses, and Dallas-Fort Worth is the highest saturation of that. So I'm going up against 4,500 AV companies in Dallas every single day, and we're successful at that. But there's a lot of people out there, much like a lot of the content on YouTube, like I'm saying, that I'll watch these videos and I'm like, that's not necessarily true. And they'll have 100,000 followers that are all believing that what this person said is true, and it's either not true or less accurate than it should be, or an opinion based on the fact they're trying to sell something, that sort of thing. And we just kind of don't do that here. And at Theater Advice, when people come in here, we really sit them down. We go over plans with them, as you might be able to see behind me. I'm not sure. We bring in their home plans with their builders. We give free advice on how their home should be wired. We do all of those kind of things. Throughout the years of me owning this business, and sorry if I'm bouncing back and forth, like I said, it's not edited. Over the years of me owning the company, in 2007, like I said, I had no idea what I was going up against, which is great because it was just blind, a little bit of naivety and and drive and stuff like that mixed in, which was cool at the time. But I closed a very large job in 2008, and it was on the cover of CE Pro, which is on that wall over there, in 2009. And I was literally just driving around in my truck with magazines at that time because I could finally prove that I did know what I was talking about after being in the business, 10-ish years, and now going on, 20 plus years, 25 years almost, in the business. And, it was really rough. I made $19,000 my first 3 years profit. It was rough going. Now we are a $7 million a year company, and all of us know what we're doing. You might meet some of my staff as we kind of traverse through this little YouTube journey that we're trying to do. I'm not trying to make money on this. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I really just think there's a lot of content out there that's not correct. And I think I can really help people make the right choices if they're not in our area. And if they are in our area, I hope they come see us. And of course, we can help them make those right choices in person, which is another separate goal. But we all have over 20 years experience. Anybody that sells for me has over 20 years experience as a system designer. We do a lot of 2-channel here. We do home theaters, kind of our forte, and you'll see that come across in some of the first videos I do. In product and opinion and some science. What you won't see me do is you won't see me show you graphs and bore you with things like that. Not that I don't think that has any bearing in our industry. Not that I don't think that has any truth to it whatsoever. But I have found that through selling, designing, and installing home theaters successfully, I was in the field for 10 years. You hear what clients need. You hear what they complain about. You hear what they don't love about their theater or even the theater you just installed, and then you have to kind of tweak it. And it changes the way that you sell, and it changes the way that you design. So I don't design the way that the forums tell me to design. I don't design the way that Profit tells me to design. I meet the client, we go over it, and we design systems exactly for them and their hangups and their needs. And it's going to be a refreshing approach to it because you're gonna know that I'm telling you the truth, or at least what I believe to be 100% the truth after almost 25 years. And it's not going to be, hey, this showed on a graph that it's the best speaker in the world, because that could be the room it's in. And you don't hear a graph. Nobody hears a graph. Nobody cares about that. We're going to care about things that we hear and experience and feel in that room, and that will come across in the way that I, kind of talk to you guys. And I really hope that you enjoy it. Since starting this company, we have now been in 43 national magazines. I've been on the cover of CE Pro twice, on the cover of Electronic House multiple times. So we are an authority, so I just want you to know who I am and that you can trust me. And again, please like and subscribe, because that's the only way you'll ever get prompted that there's new content. We'll be trying to put new content out every week. Not sure if that's sustainable, because I am a business owner. I am at work right now. That's why it's kind of messy back here and all that stuff. Like I said, we're not gonna show you fluff. We're gonna show you what shopping here is really like, what talking to us is really like. And I really hope you enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll